welcome to Paramecia, a One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every week. My name is Franz.
My name is John.
And this week, all of Shonen Jump is on break. Well, mostly all of Japan is on break because it's Obon. Everyone's visiting their families, or their families' graves. So, ideally, nobody's working. But Japan is a little...
A little workaholic.
But this isn't a Japanese culture criticism podcast. This is a One Piece podcast. So we're going to not be talking about One Piece this week. We could not come up with any topic, basically.
We were torn between talking about the newest My Hero, or doing a recap of My Hero and kind of just talking about what's going on, because it's getting real good. And then also talking about, different Japanese stories or, what to expect out of Wano. But then Franz hit me with, you know what? Why don't we just talk about, other manga recommendations that we like? So I'm like, all right, fine with me. I have enough to recommend to everybody.
So, yeah, just simple, completely unrelated to One Piece. But I personally feel like I don't read a lot of manga. I'm extremely picky about what I read because I am extremely critical.
Yeah.
About a lot of media, and a lot of things disappoint me really quick.
Yeah.
I'll start from the get-go just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, you want to start with the honorable mentions?
Sure, let's start with honorable mentions. I have two honorable mentions.
Okay.
They're manga that I haven't really read because they're literally just starting. There's no official translations yet. I've picked up one of them because they're Twitter yonkoma. They're Twitter manga. A lot of artists are just posting their shit to Twitter after it being out for months on Pivx. Or wait, Pixiv? Fuck.
Pixiv,
I'm dyslexic. Yeah. Fuck. So my first example of that is written by Sakurai Umi. It's called Oji-san to Neko. It's old man and cat. And it's this whole really cute story about this fat old cat at the pet shop that isn't well adopted, and everyone's no one wants a fat ugly cat, blah blah blah, and the cat's oh wow, fuck you too. And then this old man's oh, I want that cat, and the cat's really, me? I'm ugly, this is gonna be a bad present. Is this for your wife? What's wrong with you? And then he's wait, please don't adopt me. I don't want to come back here. I don't want to get my hopes up. It's a little depressing. And then the old man's just no, this is for me. And the whole story is just this very calm and soothing dive into this old man's life. And it switches perspective. Sometimes it's from his perspective. Sometimes it's from the cat's perspective. Doesn't matter which way. It's just absolutely adorable. I think so. Sakurai Umi's Twitter is literally Sakurai_Umi.
Okay.
But of course that comes out in Japanese and everything. The Japanese is pretty simple. I've read some of them in Japanese. I have the first volume. The fuck did this come out? It's published by Square Enix. Something I didn't even fucking notice. Nice. And I think someone's trying to work with the artist in order to have a semi-official translation. But this is something that I heard from the grapevine through Tumblr, I think. So I don't know about that.
Yeah.
My other honorable mention is also a series that mostly goes up on Pixiv and then through Twitter, and absolutely no translations. The first chapter came out in it came out on 420.
Blaze it, dude.
It's called Goku Shufu Do. Basically the way of the husband.
Okay.
And It, right? I don't know. I'm not great at Japanese. Fake it till you make it, guys.
I was just about to say fake it till you make it.
So the whole premise of the series is that, like, this hard ass, like, demon of the Yakuza, he, like, meets this woman and gets married, and she has this, like, normal ass corporate job, and he, like, quits the Yakuza and becomes just a house husband. And it's just really, really adorable. There are some, like, depictions of violence and some shit, but, like, at the end of the day, the whole dynamic of this manga is, like, how much this man loves his wife and how supporting his wife is of him and vice versa. It's like completely, cool. Utterly wholesome.
I like that.
I really hope it gets translated officially, because, like, to be honest, like, fan translations are never 100%, and, like, the more well-known something is, the better the quality of fan translations are going to be.
Yeah.
But, like, the less known it is, the higher the odds that it's going to be, like, super amateur and everything. Like, I could attempt and translate shit. Like, I do it sometimes for fun. Is it going to be good? No, not at all. Yeah. So those are my honorable mentions. Like, really, really cool stuff. I hope this comes, like, relatively to the Western world at some point, but good fucking luck.
Yeah. No, that's sick. Hopefully. I have a couple honorable mentions. I'm just gonna speed through real quick. I think I have like 3. The first one is, oh god, I'm gonna butcher it. Koi wa Amagari no Yuni. Love is Like After the Rain is the English title. Like the official English title. It's probably different. Like, what it is in Japanese is probably different than the English title, but
like a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, this show was or this manga, I became aware of it from the show. Last season, I think, they made an anime about it, and it was on, like, Amazon streaming. And I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is sick. And of course, when I got to the end of the season ends, and it's like a shitty ending. And through years of experience, I was like, oh, fuck. There is, like, without even going online, I finished the episode, and I'm like, there is already a manga of this, and it's not finished, and it's probably better than this. So I went on Reddit, and sure enough, the manga's, like, still going. It's really cool. It's like a comedy, like, slice of life, like, seinen, I guess is or shoujo. It's like really
those are two completely different genres.
Sorry. It's really like a romance, and the art style reminds me a lot of, like, classic Sailor Moon a bit, just in, like, the faces. But it's really it's cool. The whole plot is, like, this girl works at this restaurant, and she, like, has a crush, quote unquote, on her manager, who's, like, over 40 years old or something like that. It's way less creepy than it actually is, because the first chapter, like, sets you up like, oh, she has a crush on this guy, and then as it goes on, you start finding out, like, oh, she doesn't really know, like, what liking someone is, and then it's like, it's this whole deep meta thing of, like, oh, well, what really is liking somebody, and, like, you know, I don't know. It's really cool. There's a whole bunch of different characters, and it delves into a lot of, like, you know, what are feelings, like, what is it really to care about somebody? Like, it's cute. I like it.
What are
the other one of the other ones I have is Dr. Stone. It's another one it's one of the Shonen Jump. It's in Shonen Jump, and it gets translated pretty frequently on, like, manga stream and stuff. That one is also really good. I forget the artist of the last one, by the way. The Love is Like the Rain was Mayuzuki Jun, and Dr. Stone, I forget who the author is on Dr. Stone. I can easily search it up right now.
Time to Google.
Yeah. Okay. Inagaki, Riichiro, and Boichi. I think it's like 2 guys. Oh yeah, one of them's the writer and one of them's the artist. I can't remember which one. But anyways, this manga is fucking... I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. In the beginning of it, it starts out like the premise is like some like weird event happens and some cataclysmic event and everybody turns to stone, and then like 3,000 years later or something like that, people start like breaking out of the stone. And so the main character, well, the 2 main characters break out and they're like trying to figure out they're like trying to figure out how to cure the stone disease or whatever. And it starts off pretty slow.
Stonitis.
Yeah, stonitis. How to cure bonitis. It starts off with following one main character. And then, like, I dropped it from there because that main character was kind of boring. But then I came back to it later because I found out the author also thought that main character was boring as fuck. So he was like, bye, bitch. The other main character that also got brought back in the beginning, he's now the main character. And the manga is infinitely more interesting. So.
Well, then.
Yeah. So that's my jam, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I forgot what the third one was. The third one was the Erased manga, because I read that one again recently, and the anime is really good for Erased. The ending kind of gets botched, but then the epilogue is good, so it's like, all right, overall, like 8 out of 10. The manga, 10 out of 10. I'll go full hyperbole on this one. It's so good. Like, the manga just it explains so much shit about the characters, and I've never, well, okay, not never, but like it's been a while since I've read like a self-contained manga like that just had everything thought out. Like as you're reading that manga, different characters, like their storylines and their paths intertwine in ways I did not even think could happen when I originally watched the anime. So it's really good, and it's like, you know, the entire ending arc is like this super suspense like thriller. Like it's this super like cat and mouse like espionage game. It's so cool. I don't know how else to explain it.
I'll get to it one day.
Yeah, one day. Damn. At least you're honest.
I'd really like to, but I don't know about it.
All right, let's get to the fucking nitty gritty, dude. Let's get to the the reason why we're here. Let's get to the main lineup.
Okay, so you're gonna hate me for this, but my first one is my first suggestion to please read this manga is Fate Strange Fake. It is an independent, like, completely, like, side story from the Fate Stay Night series. It requires very little prerequisite knowledge. Like, if you've watched the original anime, or if you even watch, like, Fate Zero on top of that, you're good. That's it. Because
okay.
I know the Fate anime is super, super, like, deep in, like, crazy ass lore nobody understands and everyone tries to pretend to understand. So
I don't understand.
Dude, I sometimes think I understand. I don't understand. So Fate Strange Fake is completely separate from everything else. It, like, makes a few references to, like, other points of the series and everything, but, like, only one character, okay, 2 characters retain themselves from, like, all other series. And honestly, it hasn't finished, because this is, like, on a monthly basis since, like, 2014, and it started as a light novel written by Ryogo Narita. That's the same writer as
Oh shit! All
and Bakano and all those.
Hey, all right, now I'm back in, baby.
That's why it's good.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna pretend that, like, the
That's
guy
why
that
it makes
originally
sense.
wrote Fate Stay Night, Kinoko Nasu, he's like an okay writer. Fucking Ryogo Narita is like ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And the way the Fate series works is that like Nasu doesn't want to write it anymore, so he just like goes to his friends, like super good writer friends, and's like, hey, write this, like go at it. Fucking Fate Zero wasn't written by him, it was written by Urobuchi. I think he did, oh my god. Yeah, Gen Urobuchi did Madoka Magica, Sayana
Oh
Uta,
shit.
Psycho Pass.
Oh my
Like,
god. All right, yeah.
yeah.
So this guy knows what he's doing.
And so, like, this is another case of that where he's just like, hey, you're a good writer, here you go buck wild. And it's so good. The illustrations are all by, like, the original illustrator from Fate Stay Night. And, like, you know, some people that, like, have originally seen Fate Stay Night might be like, oh, but, like, those illustrations suck. Yeah, they suck because, like, the fucking illustrator was like 12 back then or some shit. It was like 2004.
Damn.
Like, this is 2014. 10 years of like, oh, it looks so good. The manga itself is like really, really good. I definitely suggest it. So it's not officially translated. It easily can be, but the licensing, like, there's like no demand for it. Even though like 1% of the Fate fandom's like, please translate it. Nobody's listening to them.
Yeah. Nobody listens.
But there are pretty good fan translations, and it's like really fucking compelling. The action is on some ungodly scale, and I love it so much. Please, please, somebody like Fate.
Yeah, please, somebody like Fate.
It's not a good series, but please, I beg you.
I beg of you. Damn, alright. I'm about it. I am going to... So my first suggestion, please read this manga, is a manga I think I've shown you. I know for sure I've shown our friend Kevin. It's called Danberu nan Kiru Moteru, which is how many kilos are the dumbbells you lift in English. This manga is so fucking... I love it. The authors are Sandrovich Yabako and Mom, M-A-A-M, Mam. It's probably like a pseudonym or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, the premise is that you follow the main character girl, which, oh god, I'm forgetting her name. I'm a fucking dweeb.
Dude, I don't know anybody's names.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really lucky, because, like, in the Fate thing, it's like Charlie Chaplin's the fucking Lancer, allegedly, and, like, Pestilence is the rider, Gilgamesh is the archer, and, like, but, like, Charlie Chaplin, he hasn't shown up yet, and I'm pretty sure it's a bluff. But can you imagine? Anyways, you were going on about a much better, more accessible series.
Yeah. No, so it follows the main character, Sakura Hibiki, and she is a schoolgirl in her, like, second year, and she loves eating. Like, she just loves eating stuff. And so she's eating, and then the manga starts with her friend. The first page, she's eating, like, this takoyaki, and then her friend is like, hey, did you gain weight again? And then, like, it gets so under her skin, and she's, like, looking at herself in the mirror, like, after the shower. She's like, oh, fuck. Like, I've gained weight. So then she goes to the local gym and gets a membership. And the entire series is just her, like, the first girl she meets is also goes to her school. And you find out that the girl she meets at the gym is, like, obsessed with muscles. Like, obsessed with muscles. And then her best friend since, like, forever is super fit, and she gets her to go to the gym with her, and she's like, oh, you're already super fit, and she's like, yeah, my family runs a boxing gym. And so, like, every girl is, like, super fit, and if they're not super fit, they're getting fit, and every chapter shows you a different like machine or workout to do, and it shows you like the proper form. Like it has an entire diagram of like how to do each each workout with the proper form, and he explains it. And it's just funny. It's just like a stupid, like funny gag manga that's really well drawn. And like there are when the author wants, or when the artist wants to flex, like there are pretty crazy looking action scenes for no reason. Like they have no right being in this manga, but I love it.
What I'll say about it is like the state of anime right now in 2018 is Shinzo Abe going to the industry and being like, our life like not life expectancy, our population is declining.
You
rapidly.
Guys aren't fucking enough.
We need to do something about it. And you'll have like all these shitty subplots and all these like anime and manga now where it's like, oh, we have to have sex, we have to fuck, or whatever. And but like very shoehorned in. Like, yeah, okay, manga and anime have always been like sexual to a certain extent because like blah blah men, whatever. It's like bad now. It's like really bad. Like my favorite is there's this meme of like Darling in the Franxx when they like, do they fuck? I don't know. Spoilers?
They do
maybe?
fuck. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. They fuck. And then like Shinzo Abe's face is like superimposed and everything. And like honestly, this is where it should be at. Let's not have Japan fuck. Let's have Japan get buff. Let's have Japan actually know what they're doing at the machines. Because I go to the gym here, and Lord Almighty, it is a fucking experience.
You see some wild uses of each machine, I bet.
I don't even go to the machines, man. I just do like weight racks, and even then, it's like there's one old man that. Don't get me started on this.
We're not gonna put this old man on blast. That was it for my recommendation. It's good. It's really well animated. It gets ecchi when the author wants it to be. It's usually like every time he shows the workout, he does like a pinup picture of one of the girls like finishing the workout. I don't know. It's good. I like it. I really like it.
All right. So I'm going uncapped. Unlimited framework. My last suggestion is like something that I cannot stress enough. You need to read this. Like,
damn, what the
readers
fuck?
Listeners, do whatever you want. John, you need to read this.
Listeners, do what you must.
So my last suggestion is Komi-san wa komyusho desu. And I don't think it has an official translation. It's basically like Komi-san has a communicative disorder, essentially.
Is this the one with the girl with big eyes and she's like awkward and like cute and she's like staring at people?
Yes.
That's the worst description, but I have heard of it. I haven't read it yet.
That is the worst description, yes. Let me do one a little better.
Yeah.
So, it's a high school, like, shoujo manga and everything. And the whole premise is that, like, at this high school, everyone's, like, amazing at everything. Like, everyone is a caricature for fucking sure. And this girl, she is amazing. She is a Madonna. She is revered by her classmates as the goddess of the class. And she gives off this air that is often misinterpreted as like cocky or like will look down upon you kind of thing. But turns out she just has like social anxiety and she's like selectively mute. And she doesn't even like really talk to her family much. Like they have a good relationship. She just verbally does not talk to her family a lot or to anybody at school. And the whole story revolves around her and the guy main character, the love interest as well, where he's just a normal guy. And the thing about the series is that like everybody's name is indicative of like their personality. So Komi-san, the actual kanji has nothing to do with it, but the reading is like a pun on she's bad at communication.
Yeah.
And the other main character is his name is Tada no Hito, and the pun is essentially like he's a normal ass guy, like the plainest motherfucker. Yeah. And like everybody's name's like that. It's so great. And this average Joe motherfucker is the lucky first one to realize that she has like a communicative disorder. And he's just like, oh, well, shit. And then they start talking about it and everything. It's taken so seriously and so realistically. Like, I have had bouts of really bad social anxiety. And I live with anxiety. And this is such a realistic depiction of such. It's really tight. I've read the first 5 volumes in English and Japanese. I just finished the 5th volume in Japanese.
Oh shit!
And
nice.
I don't know up until where the English translation is. I just bought the 9th volume the other day, and I'm about to like power through that shit. But it's nice. Really good. It's really fucking cute, and I like. It's the kind of thing we're always like, oh yeah, protect Nami, protect Robin, whatever.
Protect.
Fuck all of that. I would do anything for Komi-san. And that's basically what all of her classmates feel like. Everyone's in love with her. And she has a bodyguard like squad at some point. Cuz it's like it's really funny. The whole chapter is about like after school activities and high school and everything, and like one she is not like part of any club, or she has like no like student council duties, but the other guy, Tadano-kun, he does have like he's like the student council representative for the class, and he was going to the other people that are like the culture division, the physical education division, and then like one dude like came up to him and he's like, oh yeah, I am the Komi-san bodyguard division representative, and like with this paperwork, and he's like, I'm sorry, exactly what the fuck division do you mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but exactly what the fuck are you talking about?
It's just so good. I don't know if this will get an official English release, but it's very popular on Tumblr. Like, it keeps like popping up on like recommendations, and the English translation is really good. It's like pretty spot on from what I remember reading it then and reading it now in Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Like I said, I'm looking at a picture of it now. I've seen so many panels of Komi-san like doing just like cute awkward thing. Like the one that I've seen is like the guy is like, you just made your second, or looks like you just made your second friend, and then she's standing there and he turns around like surprised, and she's like jumping up, not saying anything, just happy, like yeah, with like complete like stoic face, just jumping up.
It's really fucking cute, and like it tugs at your heart in like really good ways, no bad ways. It's really fucking good.
All right, yeah, I'll definitely check it out, because I have heard good things about that one.
Fucking better.
You'd fucking better. Damn. All right. So my second recommendation is another like shonen battle manga, but it's just I think it's really good. It's a Blue Exorcist, Ao no Exorcist.
Ooh.
Yeah, this manga, like, so the first season of the anime came out like a long ass time ago, and it's a monthly series, so the anime of course caught up to where it was, and then had to do this weird ending that nobody likes.
It was really bad.
It's just really bad, and it at least, like, when animes do this, at least Full Metal Alchemist, the first series, at least the direction it took was like interesting. The direction this one took is just bad, so don't do it. Watch until like episode 19 and then just go straight to the Kyoto arc. But yeah, the anime, it came back with the Kyoto arc, which is like the second major story arc of the story. And oh man, it just past the Kyoto arc, there are so like every arc is so good. The characters are really really well written. In the newest arc specifically, the world building has gotten crazy. Like they're actually like expanding and explaining on a lot of the stuff they kind of just like mentioned in the first part. And I mean, so far, like in the current arc right now, it's all like come to a head. Like it's you can tell it's leading towards like the final battle of what they've been teasing right now. So it's really good. The main character is funny. The main cast is cool. The girl, the eyebrows girl who can summon the spirit foxes is like the cutest character.
She's really cute. Honestly, like a lot of the characters are really cute. Like, both the. It's like My Hero, in the sense that like all the characters, regardless of gender, are like really cute in their own like ways. I really like there was like this like really punk bro character.
The punk monk? Is that what you're talking about?
Punk monk he's like really fucking cute. Cause like he looks like a badass, but he takes his studies so seriously. And the Kyoto arc was like so ooh.
Yeah, he is. You know what he is? He's literally Kanji from Persona or Ryuji from Persona 5. Like he is like the punk on the outside, but he's the best boy. Like he's just a good old boy. He's
that's a good boy.
Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah, they're all the characters are really good. Like I said, where it is currently, like the Kyoto arc is fantastic. There's an arc after that where the dog girl gets like kidnapped and they have to go like get her back. And that one's really cool because they introduce like this you find out her family has been like holding back this like QB, like this nine-tailed fox demon. Like the family was in charge of like sealing it away. And I don't know, it's just really cool. You get to see like the fox demon and like her and the mom and all this shit. Like it's such a good anime or manga. Fuck, I keep mixing them up. It's such a good manga. I really enjoy it.
I've only watched the anime so far, and I did watch the second season. And like I keep telling myself like I'm gonna read it, but I'm really bad about like keeping up with monthly manga.
Yeah.
Cause like,
this for Blue Exorcist, I don't read it every single month. Like, I read it, I eventually forget about it, and then I see it in my bookmarks, and I shotgun whatever I miss. Like, I just do like a catch-up like day to just read everything.
Yeah, I used to be like that with A Comic a Kill, until like I just I think I stopped reading like the chapter before like As Death like froze time.
Yeah, and then the main character adapted to frozen time and punched her like, dude, A Comic a Kill was something else.
Something else does not cut it, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Blue Exorcist is good. If you've seen the anime, the Kyoto arc, and you're like, man, this is good, I recommend reading past that in the manga, because like the next two arcs are really good, and the current arc we're in right now is like really ridiculous. There's like there's a whole like another spy thing, I guess. It's like there's a higher up who's teaching Punk Monk, like he takes him under his wing, and Punk Monk is like, oh, what are we gonna do? And the dude's like, oh, we're gonna like I all my research, like there's something's going on under the hood, like not everything about our not everything about our agency is like right, like just and he's like, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. And then dude, there's chapters where like him and the dude are blowing the lids off of like like shit that's been established, but like the author still left like little trails, and the author just goes full out like, yo, like if you didn't catch this, I'm gonna tell you right now, like this is what's going down. And it's pretty crazy stuff. I don't know how to feel about certain characters now. I'm like, oh shit.
God damn, I'll catch up to it one day.
Yeah,
Man.
it's real good. All right, all right. So the last one, I just recently, like I'm talking like last 2 weeks recently, started reading this one, but it's another one in Shonen Jump, and it's called Kimetsu no Yaiba by Gotoge Koyoharu. It is really good so far. I love the premise, and I really like the way they set up the world and just everything. So it takes place in like a feudal Japan. Like there's not a lot of there's not I haven't seen any technology in here. It's really just, like ancient Japan, like like, samurais and shit. When all the usual like Oni stories take place, like just that kind of
this
time
is
period.
actually even before that, the Taisho era.
Is it really?
Yeah, this was like before feudal Japan, kind of.
Yeah, it's weird because like I said, okay, there's not technology, but then like some of the like okay, the main character.
No. I'm stupid. Retract that. I was thinking of
Okay.
fucking something else. This is like, it's after the Meiji era, but like nothing important happened during the Taisho era because it was like a fucking decade or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So there should be like some technology.
Yeah, like there's a bit, and I get, the author takes his freedoms, I guess, because some of the uniforms one of the characters wears, I'm like, all right, come on, like that's a little more modern than usual, but it's.
I mean, it's
totally
1912. Like, don't go too far.
Yeah, yeah, but regardless, I mean, the whole premise is this young boy, Tanjiro. He is like. His family, he has a sister and then his younger siblings, like a whole bunch of younger siblings and the mom, and I think the father like died or something. So he goes out into town to like sell, I think it's charcoal or something. Yeah, charcoal. He goes to sell charcoal to the town. So he goes into town, and then the guy's like, oh, like, you can't go out at night. Like, you should stay overnight. Like, it's dangerous. Like, the Onis will come out at night. And he's like, oh, like, okay. He stays overnight, and then when he comes back to his house, he finds his entire family dead, and his sister is like also dead, but then he sees her move, so he rushes over to see if she's alive, and then he sees that like the Oni bit her, and she was like fighting back the Oni, and I guess she clawed at it, or she bit the Oni to like get it off of the one of the siblings, and she ingested some of its blood. So then she starts becoming an Oni. And like right as that's happening, he's like, no, like he can't kill his sister. There's this Oni hunter who comes in, and he's like, well, like, the demon who bit your or made your sister into this left, but I have to kill your sister because she's a demon. Like, they can't live. And he goes to kill the sister, and the brother defends the sister. So then the demon fighter's fighting like the boy, and then as he's about to like kill the boy, the sister like blocks the sword and like punches the dude back, and the dude is so freaked out, like, what the fuck? And then like the sister like retracts her claws, and she like goes over to the brother, and like she's acting like normal, and you realize that like she's slowly becoming a demon, but she's able to like fight off the infection, I guess you would call it. So the whole story is about him, like, after that happens, the demon hunter's like, fine, if you want to save your sister, like, there's no hope, but your best chance would be to join like my colleagues, like join my demon hunting like agency, I guess you would call it, like demon hunting squad. So he goes and joins the demon hunters, and then as he joins, you find out like the guy who killed his family is the first ever demon. Like the first demon ever is still alive and like infecting people.
Oh god.
Yeah, so then like he's after him, and there's a run-in with him in some town. So him and the sister are like fighting, and then you get introduced to like more of the demon hunters, and then like the first demon has 13 demon underlings called like the 13 moons or something, like the 13 demon moons. And Dude, the action is really good. The story is cool. The sister's really cute. She has like this weird, because she's a demon, so they don't she doesn't talk at all. It's because they put like a thing in her mouth like to bite down on, so she can't like open her mouth. It's not like a ball gag. It's like a little bar, like so she can't bite anybody.
Okay.
But yeah, she has really cute moments. Like she'll like punch a demon's like head off and then run over to the brother and like she'll be like blushing, like, "Are you okay?" Like it's
Well, that's fun.
yeah, it's really cool so far. And a lot of the characters that they've introduced are like some of the demons that they introduce, like the 13 demon moons, they're like super cool. I don't know. It's another like battle manga. It's really cool. I know Shonen Jump is really making a big push for it. It came out around the same time I think that like Dr. Stone did. But like I know more so recently Shonen Jump has been like really pushing it to like towards the front of their magazine, and I think that's just like the editor-in-chief like really pushing for the series.
All right. I mean, like, it's good. It's about time for like Shonen Jump to like really start supporting a lot of the manga that they like released in the last like 5 years.
Yeah,
because like they've been pushing also with the Promise Neverland.
The Promise Neverland. Yeah, that one's really good. It's getting an anime soon. It
is, and I should catch up on that. I read like the first 2 chapters and didn't. Whoops.
That one's really good. I also have to catch up. I stopped at around like 40 something, and I checked Manga Stream for the newest one, and it's at like 90 something. I was like, fuck.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Whoopsies. God, no, man. I do have one more honorable mention, in that like it's another one that I really want to read, but it's definitely a lot more accessible to anybody listening trying to read it. Golden Kamui.
Ooh.
So
yeah, I need to. Me with that series is the same as you with Promise Neverland. Like I read the first couple of chapters and was like, yo, this is good. Haven't caught up since.
So like the whole thing is like, it's an action manga, but it's really fucking funny. The illustrations of like the faces
faces she makes are
the faces
the best.
All the characters make are just so worthy of like complete meme-dom, essentially.
Yeah.
And it also has like a special place in my heart, and like I'm really slacking in not reading it, in that it's probably the only modern day representation that Ainu indigenous people from Japan get, period. Most people don't know anything about Ainu people, and it's really cool to see that like this series started in 2015 and it's like really like steamrolling, and to the point where the anime just came out or something.
The anime did just come out.
It's really fucking interesting so far, and like it's not some situation of like cultural appropriation, in that like the person writing this is like strictly supervised by someone that like majored in this shit, and like the Ainu language will come up a lot and everything, but like it's like being checked and everything. Like this person's going out of their way to make sure it's all kosher, and like the character designs and everything like completely check up with like actual Ainu design philosophy and everything. And the whole thing takes place in the first Russo-Japanese War, and it's like some whole thing where like some dude like stole gold from the Ainu and like hid it somewhere. Everyone's just trying to find it. It's some
My fortune is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first.
And we're completely like all the way back around.
Yeah. Oh man, no, yeah, I completely agree. I haven't finished the anime either. I'm so bad with it, but yeah, from what I read of the manga, like it was really compelling. Like it's actually a really good read, And like you said, the faces and all the reactions are like super hilarious.
God, it's like, that's my biggest reason as to why anyone should read it. Because the slapstick humor it has in particular is, woof,
Yeah.
chef kiss.
No, I'm about it, dude. I need to finish reading that one. I'm trying to think of like any other, if there is any to like squeeze in.
Squeezing in, another one that I want to read, but like literally nothing about is Hoseki no Kuni, I think it's called. Let me.
Hoseki no Kuni.
I got the name right. It's translated as Land of the Lustrous. Like, it's being shown here. The anime came out and for like Hulu or some shit.
Yeah, it came out on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. I watched the anime. It's ridiculous, but like, yeah, I would.
Is
like
it
to read
Steven
the
Universe? Because like they're all like women and they're all like gems.
It's basically,
and they're all gay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of gay rocks with like stupid hype CGI. Like the whole series is CGI, but I swear to God, it has the reverse effect. So like, you know, when shows use CGI, like 2D animated show using CGI for the action, during the action sequences, that's when you can tell they're CGI. This has the opposite, where like the whole show is CGI, and even the battles are CGI, but when they're really getting into it, the battles look 2D. It's ridiculous.
So like, let's close off on this note in that there are so many purists about like, oh, like we should never use CGI, like how dare we, this and that, and like 2D animation is dying. Okay, 2D animation is great. It's beautiful. It has led to where we are now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's not ignore the fact that it takes fucking like 70 hours of labor per person to produce.
Yeah.
Considering that like the work week should be like 40 fucking hours. Like the amount of overtime manga artists go into is inhumane, especially for weekly series. Like,
yeah, well, oh my God, I don't know if you remember or know of it. In one of the Hunter x Hunter like volumes, I forget the author's name of Hunter x Hunter, but anyways, he wrote like this equation that he made up to tell the readers, like it was in like sort of his version of SBS, like the question corner or whatever. But he came up with this equation to like show how many hours of free time he has as a manga reader like every week. And I think it was something like 3 hours every week of like just being able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, no,
and that's like, and that's the 3 hours was also factoring in like what 4 hours of sleep a night.
Like, that sounds about right. It's a very bad situation.
It's rough, dude.
And CG just makes it easier on them, and like the technology is getting better, and people are starting to learn how to like really use it to get the same level of expression.
Yeah,
and I feel like this is a good series.
Yeah, look at the guys at Arc System Works.
Yeah,
with
dude.
Guilty Gear. Like that's all CG, but dude, that game.
Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah, that game looks like an animated manga, dude. Like it's ridiculous.
This whole episode was about manga specifically and nothing about animation, but this is something that has to be said. Like,
yeah,
let's not be bastards about it here. All right, like sometimes CG can look really bad. Like, we've all watched VeggieTales if we're Christian.
We've all watched Berserk.
I will say, like, yeah, fantastic. They did it in order to, like, buy time. The Blu-rays are supposed to look great, fantastic. That's out of lack of budget.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. I can tie it back into manga for the ending. Berserk is coming back off hiatus August 25th. Get hype.
Oh, shit.
Casca just woke up. It's time, baby.
I don't know what that means, but
We're
Hell
in
yeah.
there. That's final recommendation. Berserk. If you haven't read it, you're messing up. You also missed like a 20-year boat ride, but we're here now, baby. We're off the boat. Casca's awake. Dude, we're in there.
I say as someone that's read the entirety of One Piece. Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Man. Manga's good.
Manga's good. Except when it's bad. Which it can be a lot of the time.
Manga's good. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna run through the names of the ones we recommended. Like the main ones we recommended. Danberu nan Kiro Moteru. That one's the dumbbell one. Really good. Blue Exorcist. Aono Exorcist. Amazing in my opinion. And then Kimetsu no Yaiba. Really good new Shonen Jump action manga that's like really, I feel like it's really going somewhere. So check those out, man.
And then on my side, it was Fate Strange Fake. I don't want to say too much about it because like it does require some like prerequisite knowledge, but again, it's not too much. If you like alternate history or crazy ass anime ass fucking battles, that's your shit right there. And it's written by the guy that did Durarara. Like you already know it's convoluted as fuck when Charlie Chaplin is apparently a Lancer. And and the John, how is that supposed to be like a Charlie Chaplin interpretation?
Well, no, I was just getting hyped for Charlie Chaplin being the Lancer.
I was about to say.
No, I was not trying to do my Charlie Chaplin impression for the listeners.
And then my other one was Komi-san wa Komyusho. Really cute, really wholesome, and if you've experienced any form of anxiety or social anxiety or anything of the sort, you might find it relatable to some extent.
Hell yeah.
And we'll be back next week with chapter 914, if I'm good at math.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Chapter 914 next week. Back from break. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow us on all of our social media. We got deep breath. Paramecia. Fuck.
Another deep breath.
What is our shit even? And I've done this the past 2 weeks and I don't even remember. Okay, we are at ParameciaCast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast on Facebook and YouTube, parameciafancast.libsyn.com. Episodes go up every week within the same day. They'll go up on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy.
Tell a friend.
Enjoy our manga
Tell your sisters. Tell your fathers. Tell your neighbors. Tell the police. Don't tell the police.
Yeah, don't call the police about which manga they should read.
Good. Speaking of which, there actually happens to be a Nagano exclusive, like the prefecture I live in. They have like an exclusive manga about like the Nagano police department, which is like it's propaganda to a certain degree, like legitimately, but it's also kind of cute, but it's kind of propaganda. Okay. Anyways,
as long as it's cute propaganda, right? No,
exactly. That's what I meant. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.